Alright, and we're back for the third trading video. Starting on Bloomberg as always. Just gonna look through some things. Have some interesting updates today from a trade I posted in the Discord as well. Um, it's actually the first trade I posted in the Discord. Went quite well, really well. I hope those of you that um, saw it entered it. And if you didn't, that's completely fine as well. But with that said, I'm going to start with my usual disclaimer. So, listen, I don't want your money. I don't need your money. I have absolutely fuck all for sale. There is no course, mentorship, nothing. I don't want any fucking sponsors. I don't want this to be monetized. There's no ads. I don't give a shit, okay? I don't fucking need anyone's money. I'm just here to trade, show you how I trade. Pure price action trading. Been doing it for 11 years now actively. Or it's not completely pure price action because I have SR areas under 200 moving the average. And with that said, we'll get right to it. So won't use my FX book like yesterday. Today, we'll just go through some generalized things on Bloomberg. So it's still the same shit, which is nice. There's nothing really um, new. Uh, Nothing frontline newsworthy. Like the whole front line is filled with the Iran Israel conflict and the U.S. potential of um, joining the conflict, escalating it, making it worse, and that the market is already saturated in for that. We're going to look at that too. SPY doesn't give a shit. Yeah. Unless Trump says, you know what, fuck you, Iran, and invades, nah, fuck all is gonna happen. And other things, need to trust your chart, just yap. Yeah, prepare to reset, yap. This is um, something I would keep an eye on Powell saying higher inflation outlook is keeping the Fed on hold for now. I'll translate to you for that what that means. If you don't know what that means, it means that there will not be rate cuts, which means SPY will not go up, or I mean, it will not jump up because of this, right? It can still go up. It doesn't mean it's gonna go down 100%, of course, but the interest rate kind of works as a gravitational field for the market. When interest rates go up, the market goes down. That's generally how it is seen. But I mean, he's not saying he's going to hike rates either, so nothing really comes out of that. Nothing explosive. We'll look at that right here. Hold on, before I show. Here, SPY went up a little bit. Nothing extreme. Things are looking aight. So the dollar demand is going to go down a little bit now. This is nothing. We're not on new all-time highs. Whatever. Um, Whatever. It's not like when the tariffs were introduced and we had just days dropping. That would have been something else. Now that we're past that, we're going to go look at, first of all, this trade. So, this trade I spoke about earlier, this is a trade where I got fucked. I got a full 1% loss stop out on this one. No problem at all. Don't, doesn't matter, happens all the time. Um, um, it wasn't, it wasn't a poor entry. It had all my, it was downtrending. I entered when seeing it as a continuation below the low of a indecision candle. Even if I posted it below an entry below here, it would have never entered. So potentially would have never realized. And I mean, it doesn't matter. Don't get hung up on losing trades because you are gonna lose trades a lot. Don't try to overanalyze it. If you have a strat where you say win 60% of the time, you win twice as much as you lose. It doesn't matter if you lose some trade. Don't get panic over it. I know how my strat works. I could have been more conservative and looked at this low, but I wasn't, and I don't care. Anyways, this is the trade that continuation I entered. I don't remember if I mentioned this one earlier. I was gonna extend it, but it moved so fucking fast. It just straight down to my 2% TP. So yeah, that negated that whole loss. No longer in this trade. That could be a nice potential reversal or continuation for that matter as well, but not in the upcoming days. Um, oh sorry. Here we have another one. This is the one where yeah, I remember talking about this one. Another continuation I entered. Um, this one has turned on me. Um, I don't like it. I'm probably gonna exit it with a tiny, yeah, 0 point whatever, 0 point nothing gain. Don't care about that. After this video, I'm gonna exit it. This one is the one I posted in my Discord. By now, if you enter this, you should, if you don't have a dynamic stop loss and it's um, um, done manually by you, it should definitely be at 0% right now. You should not be able to lose a cent on this. It should be in profit, to be honest. And I'm gonna exit this trade actually. Um, with a that'll be a I already checked it out. Just haven't done it for the because I wanted to get the video out first. But that'll be a 1.5% win for me, not the full 2%. I was hoping for, but it's fine. Um, it's all good. And this one, I am going to be exiting as well, like I mentioned earlier. And that puts me at a bit of a dilemma. Let me explain why. Put my symbols where I want them first. Okay, so yeah. Now I'm up, since I've started making these YouTube videos, I'm up 10%. And I don't ever, actually, I'm up more, but I said that I'd restart my mental count when I started making these videos. Um, so I'm up 10%. Let's just say that. Let's just ignore what happened before these videos. So when I stop, or I have, after ending this video, I'll stop, and there won't be any more trades entered by me. And you might ask why would you just stop at 10%? Why not do 20%, right? And that is a pretty natural question if you're not that into trading. Um, because it makes no sense, right? Why not just make more money, bro? Come on, let's get it. And my answer for that is because it has no fucking real answer. If I was doing 20% instead of 10, you'd be fucking asking me why are you not doing 30? And if I was doing 30, you'd be saying why are you not doing 40? So do you see how that's just a continuation question? The real answer goes back to me setting my own limits, right? And sticking to those limits no matter what. That is very important in trading. Just like you should not have a sell loss that is above 1% of your current account balance when you enter the trade, right? And myself, I never my max exposure, max trades I've opened at all in total is 10%. So max total exposure is 10% and 1% per trade. What I might do next month to get more videos so I can trade more and look more into it is bring my sell loss down to 0.5% so that those 2% wins are actually 1% wins. So I can do more trades. But trading is also as much about being able to take good trades as knowing when not to take trades. And another thing I want to mention is I don't want to set a bad precedent here. So, what I mean by that is when you have a 10% month, that is pretty extreme. Like, already what I'm doing right now is very, very extreme. It's very lofty goals. That is 200% a year. That is a lot. There really is no need for anything more, or there really isn't a need for 10% in general. Um, I mean, 6% a year compounded is 100%. 3.5% is 50%. All that is really good. Like, if you're watching these videos and seeing me do 10% now in these 3 days, thinking you should do more, no, no. If you're doing 2% a month, say, you're averaging 2% a month, you're doing really, really, really good. You're already beating every fucking index on Earth. There is nothing you're surpassing. And if you're doing more than that, say 3.5%, 50% a year, those are hefty numbers. Like, with those kind of numbers, you can get hired at Goldman Sachs, you can get a job at a hedge fund. I mean, I already own a hedge fund, so I could give a fuck about that. But in general, I'm just speaking in general terms. I want people to be careful with their money. Don't don't be like chasing gold. Don't like I'm not talking about the actual pair here. I'm talking about lofty goals, if you understand what I mean. So, this video is pretty deep into trading psychology. And you should also have a limit for how much you're willing to lose per month. Mine is 3%. If I hit 3%, I'm done. I do not give a shit. I quit that month. And also with these my 10% months, I take a lot of months of the year off where I don't trade at all because I believe that is healthy. Uh, in my younger years, if I hop back like I don't know, like let's say 6, 7 years, I remember I had periods in my life where I was at my computer all day trading for 12 hours. Like it's very very difficult. Um, and also another thing I want to mention is that um, if you're a beginner, I would really recommend against scalping on these lower time frames, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You're not gonna do well. And also make sure if you don't give a shit what I say, at least make sure you're on raw spread, right? So you can pay that back in commission later on. And use low spread pairs. Don't trade exotics and shit. Try to scalp the Euro USD, for example, on raw spread. You know, IC markets. You can get a 0% spread. What the fuck is it? Piece of shit. Oh, it was already in my list. Yeah, if you're scalping this on IC market, you can have a zero spread on raw spread. And if you connect that up with a good rebate, I'm not gonna name any because I don't want to be affiliated with any. I don't want any. I'm not gonna give any links to any affiliates so I can get a percentage. I don't want that. You can find your best one by yourself. Also, don't join a broker through a link, like an external link, because there's 100% going to be an IB attached to that. But regardless, the point was these lower time frames are very hard, and you need to be able to make quick decisions. I myself, I have done my fair share of scalping, but you don't have time to like really think, make proper trades in the sense you can when you're on the 12-hour in one day, the time frames I trade on. Sometimes the 8 hour and the 6 hour, but 95% of the time, 12-hour in one day. You can't make the same decisions because you don't have the same info. You don't have the timelines for it. You can't make the same SR areas. They're constantly broken. Everything's different. It's more difficult. Scalping is more difficult. Anyways, I'm still gonna go through today what I see as potentials, even though I've hit my 10% limit. What would actually be nice if I could collect questions for my next video or for anything and see what people want to know, because I don't fucking know. Anyways, I'll go through the list, see if anything interests me. I'll post it in my Discord. There's no links in there to stuff besides these videos. Like I said, no, none of this selling shit. Uh, this is one that looks very interesting. If an indecision candle forms here on the on the um, on the resistance, wait, let me see. Yeah, that looks fine. It's only one though, but yeah, if an indecision candle forms on resistance point, you could make a short below the low of the candle, stick below the whole thing. For example, if it forms after this candle, you can make one, quite possibly. This looks like some breakthrough. Um, I'm gonna have to go back. Like, I don't like using SRAs from like 2021. I don't know how much volume are in those, so no, I would disregard this for now. You could make a breakthrough trade, like this is the high, this would be the new high. Like, you could have already been in one, but don't know. Not a trade I would take, but it's a potential. This is a breakthrough I missed. I was gonna take it, but didn't. Um, yeah, because it dropped below the low. I didn't have a stop order in short position right here, and then although the candle low. Now these have broken through here, and it will go down all the way down here. That's what the trade would look like. No, hold on. It would look different. Let me do the entry on the one day. No, actually, with the current way it's looking, I wouldn't enter that. You're not gonna get a good range on that. Um, no, no, it's garbage. Unless you want to enter. Sometimes I do this. I enter direct reversals, but it has already shown that it's reacting here, and I do not like that. I'll show you what I mean by direct entries as well. See over here. No, damn. I should have extended that more, but I already extended it quite a lot. Here is another potential that was open. I can see a breakthrough of an SR area. On these breakthroughs, I tend to not go worry about any low of the new candle. I tend to place it right on the breakthrough and put a sell loss quite close to it. Like it would have probably looked something like this, the trade. Let me see. Maybe a little bit more. So, yeah, something like this. These are direct entries though, and probably by now sell loss would have been a zero. Been looking at an extension, and when you extend, generally don't go too far on the win. Um, I call that gold chasing or dreamer trades. Um, and you might ask, what does that mean? What do you mean dreamer trade? What percentage is that? For me, I never go above 5%. I don't care if it's like rocket fueling down. I'm not doing more than 5%. Do not care. So these are the potentials I have now. This is the one a bit further out. I would not, there's nothing here. There's no continuation. There might potentially be a reversal coming up here though. And I'm going to redraw SR areas on, oh wow, really? This is a downtrend. Holy shit. Okay, 2009. Went straight down. Straight in shitter, huh? So, yeah, you could look at a downtrend. Just be careful um, with this one. It could also be a continuation. Um, there's potentials for both. I'll just have to see how the candles form. I might have to make a video explaining how I read the candles as well. These are what I'm talking about when I say indecision candles. Candles like these. This is something above this one, for example, is what I would look at for a reversal. Or below would be like a breakthrough. But I would have to see not an indecision candle on it. I would have to see straight breakthrough. And often those have a tighter sell loss. We'll go through the rest. This is ranging very nicely, by the way. Wow, that looks nice. And one thing, newer information is always king. I'm gonna actually remove every SRA here because it's outdated. Piece of shit. Why is it not? What the fuck? There we go. Holy shit. Oh, it's the keyboard. It's because I have two keyboards. Shit. I'm using a connected keyboard and a Bluetooth keyboard. Anyways, so I usually go to the highest areas first, and then, or the lowest one first and the highest one, and then I go down from there. No, that's garbage. Yeah, I don't. Let's see. Or yeah, I do actually. Yeah, a lot of stick though. Wouldn't trust it that much, but anyways, here we go. This is a very nice range. This is a very nice range. That could be potential. Could have already entered here, but I don't like this decision candle that much. So it kind of depends how the range develops. Garbage is this? Basura. Ooh, not this. This looks like a nice reversal, even though it's kind of a little bit iffy above the. I mean, you could make a point for that the SRA should be here instead, but I go by newer info, so I'm gonna keep it here. Newer info is always king when you're making SR areas. Let me see. But the 200 MA is what the big banks, the large corporations, um, large volume holders use when trading, like Goldman and those guys. So I use this as an SR area. I'm not gonna enter a short with the 200 MA right below it. No way that's happening. No, no, no. Oh, that could have been good. Yeah, no, actually, no. Maybe depends, but not for now. No, this could be a nice continuation, but the indecision candle, too long, too insecure, too much dabbling. Could have been a setup, but too risky for me. Nothing here. Um, this is just straight consolidation. I don't like with the fucking MA right in it. I don't like it. No. Mm. The breakthrough already failed here. Oh, but it is forming. This is like a perfect indecision candle. Hmm. This is something I would look at for a reversal, but it already broke through the resistance line. So, nope. No, you know, I'm gonna remove this garbage. This pair is garbage. I never trade it. The swap is too high if you're going short. No, I mean if you're long on it. If you're short, the swap is very high in your favor. But if you're going long, it's too expensive. Anyways, this looks like a really nice ranging pair forming. Boom, boom, boom. So yeah, it would be the third hit though. So be a bit cautious with that. It would be the third hit on the SR area. So a lot of volume is already taken out of it. Ooh, Og's very nice. Og's very nice. Depending on how that closes, I would need the candle to close in 8 hours. Og's very nice. Fuck you. I'm gonna exit you after this video. Um, what is it reversing on? I don't see what. Anyway. Oh, is it with the knock? There's always a high spread. Remember that. Anyways. Hmm, hmm, let's see. Okay. This could be something. Oh, if this closes, it won't. Though. It's too old. This could be a nice reversal. It could be. Hmm. Let me redraw just for certainty. See how I feel about it now. See now the double keyboard on. You can't trick me now, yo. So let me see right here. Let me go back a little bit in time. There's nothing back in time, right? These are very old areas. We're going back years and years. So this info isn't that valid anymore, but still, let me see. Um, yes, so double tap here, some that reaction here, but hmm, let me see. This would be a better one. Yeah, there we go. So staking candle, and now it's on it again. Looks very interesting indeed. I'm gonna mark this one as a low spread pair as well. Ew, gross. What the fuck is this? Fuck out of here. Nah. Oh, interesting. Um, yeah, this one as well. Mm. It has R. It hasn't fully ranged. It depends. I mean, yes, but no. Yeah, you can do a reversal on this one. There's already a candle close on this one too. Let me let me look on it for you if you wanna. I'll post this as a potential maybe in the Discord. Yeah, below. This can go down a little bit more. Like I would want something like this, and then try to get something like that. Yeah, that would be something I would look for in this one. Yeah, I'm gonna post this one in my Discord, um, in case anyone wants to enter that. It's very interesting. I'll mark that as green, even though I'm not in it. I'm not gonna enter it anymore. Anyways, no, and not. Okay, let's get this all up and bin this over. And let me just say, in case uh, YouTube just never approves me for putting things in my Discord, this is a potential setup you could look at. Here are the entries. Put a stop order on that. If it starts moving in your direction, remember, if you don't have a dynamic sell loss, get that cut to, if you're running 1%, get that cut to half a percent. If it's dynamic, very good already. If not, get it to zero as fast as possible. Remember that protecting your capital is the number one priority. If the trade goes up like nicely and goes down again before shooting up, and um, you do a break even on it, you did the right choice. You were absolutely correct in protecting your capital. So even if it didn't go too far up, if these next candles go up to say, I don't know, 0.5%, you move your sell loss to zero or close to zero, quite up a lot, and it goes down and then all the way up. Don't FOMO, sit around and FOMO on that. You still made a great trade. You protected your capital. If you have a good rebate in, you're constantly trading, you're gonna get some of that money back anyways. And preferably put it a little bit in plus. I find that that helps in the psychology. And here's another one. Um, this one is more risky though, but this is something I would put a stop order on. Yeah, right here. Sell loss right here. That's fine. And then TP around here. Yeah, like that. If you're on the Discord, if they never approve me, here are the entries for it. You can go ahead, do this, follow the same recommendations as I did on the other one. This could also be a continuation. But wait for the candle to close though. Wait for the don't just enter now. That would be moronic. It would be like this. You understand me? This candle is already closed. That's why I gave up the trade. Wait for it to close. I'll talk about it tomorrow. We'll see what it is like tomorrow. That's what it would look like now, but don't do that now. We need a candle close. An indecision candle that looks like this on an SR area, and then it drops below the low of the SR area, is usually a good indicator and would be a good trade for me. Um, Only thing I see is that you're going against the trend. So what you could also do is be more careful with it. Let me put it back up like that. Yeah, all that looks fine. You can do a 1.5 R trade, 1.5 win. That's probably what I would do. And then if it just dumps, get your 2.0 R on a TP extension. Don't just gamble it in, you know? Don't do those dreamer trades. This could be a nice breakout. These I actually enter without SR. No, without yeah, any candle close. Not SR, without candle close. But I need some material for. Let's see right here what this is. It's kind of the best I got. I'll just rock with it. Yeah, this actually it needs to be below the high, above the above the high here. So this is a potential. I would put a tough, tough sell loss on this one, like a really strict one. Let's see, no, yeah, that's fine. I would not tolerate it dropping much when it comes to these kind of trades. This is one you can enter right now, by the way. Um, Not enter right now, but put a stop order in for right now. I'm sorry. I mean, even if you want, it wouldn't be wrong. At least wait for it to cross the previous high. Just keep it under close notice, like that, and a 2R. This one. This is your okay. Potential entry right now. Don't do a higher than 2R on entry. Remember, if it shoots up, get your sell loss to 0. TP only through extension. Get your sell loss into something profitable as well. I'll just leave this one as a green one as well. Post it in my Discord. I'll post this one in there as well. Even though the candle hasn't closed, I'll post it in as a potential. These are not close enough. No, no, it's not even breaking through or anything. Um, and yeah, that actually wraps up just about everything. It looks like we are done. Um, I can't think of anything more. See, would have already made some money, huh? Anyways, thank you for watching, and that's it. If you have any questions you want me to answer, just like ask me in the Discord, ask me in the comments. I'll answer you because I don't promise you riches or anything like that. Trading isn't quick money, so this channel is never going to be huge or anything. I'll always have time to answer you. Don't worry about it. Thank you. Thank you for watching.